Hi everyone. Very good morning, very good afternoon to everyone. So I hope that all of you are doing so well. I can see 18 people are already in this meeting, and I hope that you are so excited for this day 3 session. Yes. So for just taking uh, a quick one from all of you, just please put it on the chat box how you are feeling today. Okay, Sam, the messages are started on the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, excited, very excited, curious, lovely. Thank you so much, everyone, for uh, joining me today. Okay, so thank you for all your responses in the chat box, and I can see the vibes of positivity in the chat box that you all are very excited for the session, and I know that we will take this excitement to the top level for the session. So today we are here on the day 3 of this FDP. We are working with the data visualization and storytelling using Tableau. So today we are on the day 3, and before this, in the day 1 and day 2, we have done multiple things, fabulous engagement with the Tableau. So I just want to give you a quick recap whatever we have done. So basically, when we have started with the basics of Tableau. Before that, we have understood that what actually the data visualization is, what is business intelligence, why this tool business intelligence is required. So basically, the Tableau is an example of business intelligence tools. We have multiple or various tools available in that. Here, Tableau is one of those. Now, that particularly, we have come up with the understanding and introduction of Tableau, which we have seen that this is a particular software which we can use with any data set, which may be on your system or maybe a live data set, so that we can do the data visualization and create the dashboards, do the storytelling with this software. Then we have done the installation, we have seen the official website of Tableau, and afterwards we have performed the connectivity with the data set. So we have seen this in the very first session. Then in the second session we have get into some deeper level wherein we understood the concept of measures, we understood the concept of dimensions. When we take any data set into the Tableau, it gets divided into two things, which is date, which is actually dimensions and measures, and then based on the qualitative and quantitative data which we have in that, we divided it into the measures and dimensions. With this, we have also understood what actually the data type means any, the type of data is nothing but the data type. So I have given you the example. If I'm asking what's your name, So you will give me the name only in characters, right? You will give me the name. Everyone name is only in characters. No one will have 1, 2, 3 or any number or any symbols in the name. So every data, if I'm asking the age, every one of you will give me the age or the output in numbers. So this is nothing but the type of data which we have seen. It is nothing but in computer programming languages or computer concepts, we call it the data type. Now, when we go ahead here in this Tableau, we have different logos which we have seen after connecting the Tableau with the data set. When we have connected it, we have seen small logos for various data types. Then afterwards, we have seen the actual visualization. With that, we have seen the graphs, charts. We have even changed the colors. We have seen various types of plots and graphs. So in the second session, we have come up with, or we till the second session now, we are very good with the visualization part. We are good enough to get the dimensions, to get the measures, and create the graphs and give the insights. So this is all what we have done, and I hope that you all have practiced on it, and you all are now pro till that point. Now going ahead, I am here again for the day 3 and very excited task or the concept here. Now, today, the concept which I have taken is somehow, maybe I can say it is a bit uh, interesting, but you should be very much keen to understand it. Please, if you have any disturbance around you, please avoid those disturbances, because now here something today, as you know, that we are going deeper into the technology, we are going to give more concentration here. So here now today, the things whatever we are going to have is not straightforward now. So the things what all we have done are straightforward. So we have just taken the measures, we have taken the dimensions, and we have received the graphs, right? But this is not actually what the company demands, right? So let me give you an example. Before that, I just want to take my slides ahead. So this is the first slide which you can see here, just an introduction. And you know that we have a Regenesis integrated management model. With this, we have Regenesis graduate attributes. And I know that now you all are very well known to me, but still I would love to introduce myself. My name is Ghazal, and I've done my education in computer applications, and I'm doing my doctorate also in the same field. I have done my Microsoft certifications with the year of experience, like more than 12 years of experience in this education fields, with the specialization of data science, Python, MongoDB, and Tableau. Going ahead today, we will be working on the day 3, which is calculated field inbuilt function and filters in the Tableau. So these are the content which we have created for day 3. And the next session, which is day 4, we will be working on some analytics, and then we create finally the dashboard, and we see the story, how we create the story. So for this day 3, when we have to start with calculated field, we will be working with all the learning objectives also. And before going to this day 3 content, I just want to have a quick MCQ for all of you, and then we can go ahead with the day 3 task. So, everyone, just a quick check for you. What is Tableau primary used for? Please put it in the chat box, your answers. Perfect. Thank you so much. Everyone is giving me answer B. So everyone is well prepared. You have learned a lot, and I can see that you have done revision also. So good. Next, going ahead for the next MCQ, that is, which pen shows the data fields available in the Tableau? Where we have the data available, what we call that pen is. Perfect. So here also I can see all are so studious students for me. So going ahead, yes, this is the answer for B. Then next is what is dimensions in Tableau? Yes, is it a quantitative? Is it qualitative? Is it a numeric? Okay, everyone, please post the answer. Don't copy paste others' answers. Okay, so one Tanvi and Bhumika is correct that it is a B. Okay, it is. See, if you remember, we have dimensions and measures. So dimensions are the above which we have qualitative, which is not for numbers, and the measures, as the name only suggests, we can measure it, right? So measures are the quantitative one. Okay, so that is for A. The last one, that is measures, that is the A one. The last one, yes, of course, we have learned so many types of charts. So one question of charts is very much required. Which of these charts is best for showing the trends over the time? Perfect. The answer is B. We use line chart for getting the things in the like when we have the when we have to check the data over the times. You can see this example for the stock markets detail where we see how the market is going up. Okay, there we see the line chart. Okay, so that's all for your testing, and I can see that everyone has performed very well. Thank you so much, everyone, for making this session more engaging and more interactive. Now, going ahead, the agenda of today is we have to see for calculate field, we have to see some inbuilt functions, and we will be working on the filters today. So basically, as I have already told you that today we have to focus more on this. Now, why I have telling this? Because see, till this moment, what we have done is we have the data set, we have the Tableau application. Now we have connected it. We have connected and make it one wherein we are able to see our data set in the Tableau. So that is very simple. Just connect it and just see the data. Next level is also very much easy. What we have done based on the requirement, we have chosen the dimensions and measures and we have take it to the rows and columns shelves, and based on that we have seen the chart. Even easier thing is that Tableau is giving us the available data, available graphs which we can create for such dimensions. In the show me pen, we are able to see this. So that is also very straightforward. We have taken it, we have kept it in the shells in of rows and columns, and we have received the graphs. Now it's not necessary that all the time we have to give such graphs with all the data. So right now when I have taken, for example, I have taken the category in the rows and let's say sales in the columns. Okay, so I'll just do it for you. I'm opening Tableau. It's not required right now for you to open it. Okay, you can do it afterwards also. I'll just do it for you. So Tableau, okay, I'm opening it. And as I have told that it is very easy for connecting and for creating the graphs. But the next thing which we are doing is today is not only getting the data. So some see what I'm doing is I'm just connecting first. So see this is Microsoft Excel and you can see I have this sample superstore, the same data set, and I'm connecting it. It is processing my request, and for executing my query, it takes only a few seconds. Now, when I'm doing it, you can see that all the data which I have in my sample superstore data set is now here, and I am connecting it, and I'm dragging and dropping the table, okay, the sheet which I want. I have done it from the starting. If anyone joined right now today, so it is better that you can understand how we have connected. So now the connection is done. The data set was in Excel sheet. Now it is available in my Tableau. Yes. So going ahead, you can see here that all the rows and columns are available. Okay. Now, if let's say, for example, I'm going to the first sheet. Okay. And in this first sheet, you can see that let's say, for example, I want category wise sales. So you can see here I have three categories. But now if I want category wise sales, so you can see that I get it, okay, category wise sales in particular chart format. Now here, as I have already told you that I am able to get it in the various types of graphs available in Show Me panel, which is suitable for the data which I have chosen. So till now, this is what we have done. But now the story is different. See, I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, a company has a recruitment. And for that recruitment, of course, we fill the data before going to face to face or any test for the recruitment. We have to fill some registration form that we are interested in application of that post. Now, when we fill that registration form, in that, it may, for example, let's say it has various fields: name, age, address, qualification, hobbies, experience, and skills. So, when I'm talking about skills, skills is the very important field when we talk about recruitment. Now, if I'm taking that skills into consideration, and if I put, of course, there is not a single skill that a particular applicant has. So if, let's say, for example, if I want to apply, I will tick on Python, then I'll give Tableau, then I can give any other data science and all those things. Now, for example, when everyone, those who are interested to apply for that post, all those applicants has filled that form, and those applicants, when they have filled the skills, they have filled different skills. Now, for example, that after looking to that response, the let's say for example for 2 or 3 posts, we have 600 forms. Yes. Now, when we have 3 openings and we have 600 registration forms, then on the basis of that, the recruitments or the team, they have decided that they will do the sorting of this data first. Now, the word which I have used is sorting. I want the filter, right? It means not all 600 will give the recruit or all 600 will sit in the test. So what they have done, they have applied the filters. So for example, let's say they have applied the filters that they want a maximum, like at least 5 years of experience people. So now all those who are less than 5 years gets deleted. Means what they have done? They have done the filtration. They have applied the filter on the data. So here what we have done, we have taken all the categories, we have taken all the sales, we have taken all the region. But if I apply or if I require some particular data that is what the filter is. So today we will be working on filters, and of course we are also going to work on one more magical thing, and that is the calculated. Okay, so second that I have just now used a word which is calculated field. So what actually it means? So for example, now here you can see we have 21 fields, right? You can see we have discounts, we have profits, we have quantity, sales, and all these dimensions. So we have dimensions, measures as it is from that data set. Whatever I have there, I am getting here. But the word I have used right now, that is calculated field. What does that calculated field mean? Can anybody with that name suggest it? Put it in the chat box. Any idea calculated field means what? With the word you can suggest. Yes, anybody in the chat box? Okay, data calculations. Thank you, Gitanjali. Yes, Dr. Bhumika, which can be counted or calculated. Okay, thank you so much for the responses. Yes, thank you so much for the responses. So now when I'm talking about the calculation fields and filters. So first of all, I'll talk about the calculated fields and then we'll move to the filters. So when I'm talking about the calculated fields, it this particularly these two are the techniques which we use to enhance our storytelling or to enhance the data which we have, to give more focus or more detailed data, right? So both this calculated field and the calculated field and the filters, both we will be using for more or more defined data. So now first of all, let's see about calculated fields. So as you have all rightly guessed that it is something where the data is getting calculated. Okay, but now I'm telling it is calculated field. So does it mean that I can include one more field? Instead of 21, can I have 22? Can I create new field according to whatever calculation I want? So the answer is yes. So the calculated field, if I'm talking about, it is something, or we can say it is a new field which you can generate based on your calculations, based on whatever requirement you have. Okay. So for example, let's say I have when we register, okay, when we do the registration on that recruitment form, in that they have asked the date of birth, right? And they have the current date also. So sometimes it happens that if you have seen various registration form, they have usually it is meant that you can use either date of birth or an age, right? Either use date of birth or age. Why so? If you use date of birth, then with the current year minus the birth year, you can find out the age. So that is a calculated field. So in particularly, let's say for example, if you have that registration form where you have date of birth and you know what is the current year. So it is very simple to calculate the age and create a new field for each record. Okay, and that will be the current year minus the birth year. So it will give you the age. Now for all the records which you have, okay, so for example, let's say we all have a data, okay, faculty data. Then in that we have the data, date of birth. In the next column, we directly give or apply a formula to have the birth, the current year minus birth year. So you will get the age of that particular column will be available for the age of appropriate field. So now what we have done is we have created a new field according to my need. So basically when I'm talking about calculated field, it gives you a new dimension or a measure, anything. You can create even the dimension, you can create even the measures. You can perform calculations on that. So based on aggregations. So if you remember aggregations we have done before in which we have sum, count, average, mean, max, all these functions comes with the aggregations. So this calculated fields has been created by applying aggregation on the available fields so that you can customize the data easily. And you can create the specific needs. You can complete the specific needs. And for example, if you can see, like for if you want the ratio of profit. So you have the profit field and you have the sales field. So if you want to find out the profit ratio, then we can calculate it with the profit divided by sales. This is the formula which we can apply to get this profit ratio. Okay, so now the calculated field means a new field which you can create based on the dimensions or measures which are available to give you more deep insights or the data which is available. Okay, now when I'm talking about the calculated field, there are various use cases that you can use for group customers. You can check it for retention rates, visualize the behavior, then retention example. For example, if you want to count anything, right? So that you can use, apply those aggregate functions. So instead of doing much on this theory, let's go to the Tableau now. Okay. So as I have told, here we have connected the data and here I have just taken the categories and sales. So what I'm doing is I'm just removing it here. Okay, I'm doing a fresh here. This is a fresh sheet, everyone. Now you can see, for example, here I have profit and sales, discount and quantity. Okay, for all the products which I have, for all the categories and for all the subcategories. I have the profit also, I have the sales also. Now, is it possible to find out the cost of the product? Because I am not having the cost, actual cost of the product. For example, let's say I have this subcategory here. I have taken subcategories because it has various accessories, right? Various, like it is divided way properly. So I have the subcategories. Now this subcategories, for this subcategories, I have sales, I have profit, I have discounts. But is there any way to find out the cost of that product? Is it possible to find out? Can we apply any formula here so that we can get the cost? We have done it in very early mathematics to find out the selling price, the cost price, to profit and all those things. So how we can find the cost of any product if we have the sales and profit? Any formula? You have sales and profit field with you. Can you find the cost of it? Thank you, Dr. Bhumika. Yes, others. If you want to find the cost of any product, then how you find it based on the formula? Yes, thank you so much. Everyone is now going back to the sales price, cost price, all those mathematical formulas. So, yes, thank you, Dr. Bhumika. You are very true that if we have a sales price with us, and if I know that what is the profit, so the sales price minus profit will give you the cost price, right? So, now what I do is I'll just take sales price here, okay? And again, I have the cost price. Oh, sorry, the profit. So profit and sales I have here. With subcategories, you can see I have the profit, I have the sales. Till this point, anyone, any query? We know now how to create the tables. We know how to drag and drop the measures and dimensions. So it's now till this point, everyone is okay. I have taken subcategories. I have taken a field which is profit and I have taken a field which is sales. Yes. Now, what I have to do is I have to create a new field, which is a calculated field. So actually, there are many various ways from where you can get the dialog box. First of all, let's say from here, analysis. You can see we have an option which is create calculated field. I'll give you the time. Please understand first. I'll give you the time to perform. So just understand first. Create calculated field. Then when you click on this, you will get this dialog box wherein a small arrow given here in the right side. And when you open it, you can see there are various functions which are available. Okay. For all the types of data, for if you want to perform the calculations on numbers, then on the date, on string, all those are available here in build functions. So now what I want to do is I want to create a calculated field and the name of it as cost. So I have just given the name that is cost. But I want to apply the formula also. Now the formula which I have is sales minus profit, right? So it is giving me sales. First of all, I have to take this. You can use tab for this because here we are getting intelligence which will give us the fields available. So sum of all the sales, use tab for getting that field minus, again I want sum of all the profits which I have, right? So you can see this calculation is valid. You can see this down. If I'm doing anything wrong, you can see a red calculation contains an error. So whatever formula you write, make sure that here everything is correct and you will get the valid calculation. Now here sum of sales minus sum of profits. I have created a calculated field. This is the name which I have given. You can give any name. So I have given a cost name to my new field, that is the calculated field. And I'm applying here, apply and OK. Do you feel any changes? I feel here, this side, a new dimension. Now cost is also a numbers, right? It also plays with numbers. So that's why it comes here in green, measures. But here with hashtag, you can see a small equal to is there here. Equal to and hash. It means this is a calculated field which will be created based on some formula. This is not actual field which was there in the data set. That's why equal to is applied there. So any field when you create it, newly calculated field, that is defined with an equal to sign, so that it is clearly available and defined. So now here when I'm taking it as a cost and I want to keep it here to see what is the cost of that subcategories, what I'm doing is I'm doing nothing, I'm just keeping it here. So you can see the sales minus profit is giving me the cost. And if you want it to take it in the last column, so just drag in and drop it down. So you can see profit, sales, and now this cost of that product. So what I have done is I have now working for new field generation, which is not in my data set. But now whatever I have, I'm not working on that, but whatever I want, I'm creating that based on this. So it's a very wonderful advantage or feature that Tableau have, that even you can create the columns, the fields which you want based on whatever data you have. So everyone, now you can perform. I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask. This is a simple first example that I have given for creating a new calculated field. With this you can create very new fields, because we have seen various formulas. You can create new fields for aggregation, for count, for summing, for minimum. Even you can find minimum and maximum. So many things you can do. So please try this first and then we can go ahead. Any questions? Okay, so okay, so Kitanjali is saying, could you please redo with us? So okay, just on your request, what I'm doing, I'm taking another sheet. Okay, and now in this sheet, I have already created this cost. So what I have to do is I have to delete it. Okay, so you can delete it. Okay, so now in my table pen, you can see I have all those fields which I have in my table. So for creating a new field, first of all, I have to take, what I have done is I just taken the subcategories in the rows, then sales I have dropped here directly and profit also here. I hope this is generated for everyone, 3 columns table. Subcategory profit and sales. Now, what we can do is I have shown you from here analysis, and there you have create calculated field. Okay, you just create a new field, and here you can see a one small dialog box comes, wherein here you can give the name of the field, and down you have to give the formula. So formula is When you type sum, you can see that we are getting some intelligence down. So just use this. And what I want is sales minus profit. Okay. And you can see the calculation is valid. Now from here, you can see there are various other options that you can do. So many functions are available. What we are doing is we are creating a new field. We are applying and so I have just created this new calculated field, which is cost. And I am now dragging it and dropping it here so that this is now available in Tableau format. And you can see the cost column is available. And I have given the name to my field or to my table. And here also you can do the changes. Yes, I hope this is done. Everyone created a new field. Done, done. Okay. So thank you so much for all your responses in the chat box. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. So this is one which we have done for, let's say, an integer, okay, or a number field. Now, let's say I want to perform some string operations. So now the question is, are we going to get, are we doing any operations or any calculations on string also? Answer is yes. Now, let's say here I'm again taking a new sheet. Now on this new sheet, for example, I'm taking again, let's say subcategory. Okay. If you want, you can do it with me also. Okay. So what we have done is you can drag the subcategories here. And now, if you remember, I have already told you that we have missed this filters part. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just applying. Okay, just a minute. Analysis and again calculated field. And here I have a function called upper. Okay, and in that I have subcategory. So what I'm doing is I'm applying a function on my subcategory field, which is a string field, which is not having the dimension, the measures, which is the dimension which has the string. So my calculation or my new field gives you everything in uppercase, which is available here in subcategory. So let's say, for example, I am giving the new uh, new field. The name is upper. Okay, and I'm applying and clicking on OK. Now you can see on the dimensions also, I'm creating a new field which is equal to ABC. Now here equal to ABC means it is a calculated field which I have created. It is not available originally in the data set. So now here if I take it and drop it here, so you can see everything which I have here is now available in all uppercases. Is all in uppercase. Okay. So this is a calculated field which we have created on dimensions. Now the same you can create here for lowercase also. This is subcategory. Again, I go to analysis. Don't do anything. Even just go to analysis and you will get this. Now it is not only the place where you can get this create calculated field. You can get it from anywhere. All the down columns or even from here, you can see here you any measures, let's say. Okay, so you can create it from here for now. So create calculated field and here used lower, and from here you can see you can even sort it from here. Okay, so I wanted only the string functions. So in the string function you can see here lower I have, and what I want to pass is subcategories. When I'm doing it, it is saying the calculation is valid, you can apply it, you can create it. Okay, so when I'm using this, you can see this lower. Okay, so when I'm taking it into this one, subcategory and lower. So everything you can see here, it is in the lower case. Okay, please try this. Okay, okay, I'm repeating this. What we are doing is we are just taking the analysis, clicking on analysis menu, and from here we have create calculated field option. From there we have to give the name of that column, whatever column we want to create. So for here we have created lower column, and then from here you can select the function. So I have to create the lower. You can see it will convert a text or a string to all lowercase letters. And even here it is given me the examples also how it will work. So all the capital letters will convert it into lowercase. So now when I double click it, you can see the formula comes here. I have to just pass on which column I have to apply it. So let's say I have to apply it in subcategory. And just you can click apply and OK. This will create a new field for you which is lower. I hope everyone done. Excited? Is this excited? We are now generating new fields which are not in the table, which we don't have in the data set. We are able to create it. This is what we call calculated fee. Now, sometimes a quick example again. For example, like when we have, if you know, in India, of course, we have the name of stations in three letters. Even outside India also, if we have to uh, know the station name, that is always in three letters, starting three letters or any three letters. So now, for example, I want to cut this first three letters. Yes, to get the first three letters. Can we do this? So the answer is yes, we can do anything with this. For all the queries, for all the requirement, the answer is yes for the Tableau. So here, let's say for example, this I'll take this only, and here only I'll create one more calculated field. So what I do is go to analysis again, go to create calculated field, and now here I want left three letters. Now when I'm taking this left three letters, again what I'm doing, I'm working on string. So I have left function. You can see that here, if I'm doing this, it will return a specified number of characters from the start, because we are talking about left, to the given number of strings. So if I'm taking two numbers, so it will give me first two. If I'm talking about three, so it gives me first three letters, first four letters, right? In that way. So if I'm just taking double click, and here I have to pass the field. So let's say again subcategory. But now here you can see it is again giving me the error. Calculation contains an error. Can anybody tell me why? You see here it is asking me two parameters for this function, which is first is the field and second it is asking me the number. How many characters I want. So it is not complete. We have to give the characters. You can see this. This is a syntax of this function. Left, then we have to pass the string and then the number of characters. So let's say, for example, I have to pass three characters. Okay. And I'm applying and clicking on OK. So you can see again, I have received a calculated field which is saying me equal to ABC, and the column name is left. So if I'm taking it here and putting it here, you can see I'm getting three letters, all three letters. Okay, so this is a way how you can create the calculated fields in Tableau, and there are various options to create.
Hi, Dr. Ghazal. There's one query from Dr. Colonel in the chat window.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so if you are not okay. So now here, if you are not getting this formula pen, Dr. Kernels, there is a small arrow if you can see here. This is an arrow from where you can enlarge that box and you can close it. This is a particular box, arrow, triangle arrow, where you can get the option of formulas. Okay. So this is how you can create various options. And now here, for your practice, and of course, based on the time which we have, it is not possible to take all the things, but I hope I have already given you the idea how to see it. So for example, now here, if I want to use any of the particular function, so let's say count if I want to use, so then in that count, what I have to do is I have just see the example here given. and it will give me the idea how I have to take it. Just take any example. So you just do one thing while you do practice, or while you give some time on this. Do one by one. Take all the functions for numbers first. Then for numbers you can have various options. Okay, you can find time, cost, and even you can get the ceiling and floor. I hope that you know what is a ceiling and floor. So for example, here you can get, you have 3.14, right? But now when I want to apply ceiling, it will give me the next level. Okay, the next number, that will be 4. But if I want to apply the lower level on the floor, so 3.414 will give me 3 only. Okay, so let's do it for one, for your, uh, let's say I am taking another sheet for you. Okay, and for subcategories, let's say sales. Okay, so I am having sales and subcategories with me. Now what you feel that this is a number which I have given, which comes here is 167380. This is a whole number. Okay, with this even I can give you one more idea, that you can format this fields also. You can format this fields also. How you can do it? So basically what you have to do is just click on the arrow. See here in Tableau, everything plays here with the arrow. So whenever you click an arrow, new window will pop up. So here, when we want the sales to be changed in the format, the values needs to be changed. So what I did is just click on this. There is an option of format. There is an option of format. Click on this. You will get a pen here, which will give me the details of sales. You can do it with me. Create a new sheet first. Take the subcategories there and take the sales again. You can do it with me. Okay. I hope this is done. Now, sales. After that, click on format. When you click on format, you are allowed to do the changes of the format of these values. So here you can see we have the format which is numbers. Okay, automatically it was taken. If I did it custom, you see what the values changed. See, I am receiving now decimal values. What I've done is, from this triangle, go to formats, and from formats, from here, just do the changes to number custom. And it gives you the details also here. If you want 2 places decimals, 3 places decimal, everything you can do from here. All the settings you can do from the Tableau. So here by default it is 2, and you can see 2 places decimal values I have received. Now if I'm talking about the ceiling and floor options. Ceiling and floor options. So now what you can do is, you can create a new calculated field which says ceiling, and here you can get it. Okay, and I'm double clicking it, and you can see it is for sales. Now you can see calculation is valid. I am applying, and okay, I'm just cancel it, and you can see here a new calculated field, that is ceiling. Let me take it here. So you can see, okay, just a minute, I'll just edit it because I have not used the sum. Okay, so I'll just delete it once and again create ceiling, and then from here I'm using this, and from there you can see sum of states. Okay, now I'm applying an OK. So now the new one field which I have generated just now, you can see I'm taking it here. So see how it gets. It's 167,380.32. Now it's 0.32 and it's 380. So ceiling means one up. So that's why it is 381. Here it is 532, it gives you 533. It's 180, 118, you can take it as a 119. So this is what in mathematics we call ceiling and flooring. So in flooring you get the down one. So how we can create the floor? Go to analysis again, create a calculated field. Now create a floor for this, and you have a floor function for numbers. And when you use it with sum of states. Okay, you can try this. Try typing the formula very correct where you have the example here, and even from here you can see that whether that calculation is valid or not. So you can apply and OK. Now here you can see you are receiving a floor calculated field, new field. When I'm taking it here and putting it here, so see here, it is just removing the decimal, and you can see it's 380, 532, 118, 412, 879. Okay, that's 449, everything. So how you have done this? You have now created two different calculated field for the decimal value, which is a ceiling and flooring, where we scale up and we scale down for the values. Okay. So this is how you perform the values. You create the calculated fields. Various calculated fields are available. You can perform it on various datas so that you can use it. This particular examples are there. You can apply this example for even for statistics. We have mod, median. You have the pi function. Okay, the like we have left, we have even right. You can get four letters from the right. So you have here that right function from where you can get the, or it is written a specific numbers for the characters from the end, so that you can use all these things is available. You can try one by one and you will get the things very clear. I hope this calculated field is uh, clear for everyone.
एक minute. Hello. Hi,
Yes.
Uncle. I think there are some learners who are unable to see the values. I see the Gitanjali's message in the chat window. Unable to see the value like
The left hand screen. Okay, this is done. The right hand screen. I'm unable to see the value like yours in the marks. It is shown as ABC. This side. Okay. But I hope that you are able to get the values. I hope that you are able to create the this particular uh, fields. If your values are different, I hope that you have not taken the sum right? I have done before. It was, I have just taken the sales, that's why it was different. But just take it sum and then sales. Perfect. Thank you, Gitanjali. Yes, Bhumika, just try with the formula which gives you sum and sales. So I'll show you just a minute. I'm giving you formula here. So you can do, even go to edit and you can do the edit. I'm just copying it here and pasting it for you. So just try it in this way, Bhumika. If you have directly put sales, it will not give you the same numbers, but use it with this formula. Yes, Gitanjali, for you also, just use it with this formula, ceiling and floor with sum. So it will give you. Okay. So I hope calculated field is done for everyone. Okay. Okay. So now we have performed it with integer. We have performed it with string. Now one more function which is very much important when we perform analysis and when we want to show the data in the different columns. So sometime I'll just take a new sheet for you all. Okay. Now here, if you can see, we have a field which is order ID, right? You can see I have a field which is order ID. And here you can see we have a separator hyphen which separates three things. CA, then 2014, and then a number. So sometimes the IDs or the code is generated in this way that we have multiple things to define with that ID. Okay, so for example, we have the employee IDs, we have the student's roll number, wherein we define it from which which school of it belongs to, which school or which branch, which course, which module, and then the number. So it is defined in that way, so that one number only define everything. Here you can say this is a order ID wherein we have it CA, maybe a code, it is an year, and this is a number for that. Now, if I want to apply, if I want to see different, all this in different columns, so I have an option of split. You can see we have the option of split here. Okay. And this split will take the string which you want and the delimiter, means the separator. Okay, so for example, here if I'm doing it with the order ID, okay, and it is asking me the delimiter. So my delimiter is this. Again, it is asking me a token number, like how much numbers I want. Okay, and now here is so what I'm asking is I'm splitting this ID, and you can see I have just now I have to give the name of the field, and then okay, so you can see I have created one field which is split. And when I'm taking it here, you can see it is divided, that particular second one, the second column, okay, the separator, because I have given two, right? So the second one is what? Year, CA, then year, and then the detail. So year which I have there is 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. This is how I get the splits. This is how I can get the details even from the fields. If some field have multiple detail, from that field also I can split it and I can get the data from it. So this is how I can get the details from order ID, and I have created a new field for the second separator or second word after this, after the separator, and that was the year. So in that complete list or complete 10,000 rows, I have this 2014, 15, 16, and 17 only in that column. That's why it is treated in this way. Okay, so this is something which I have done for you on date or on the uh, particular field which have multiple data with separator. So even now, till now we have created a new field based on the fields available. Now with this split, we have even created a new field with which even divides the field available. Okay, so even you can do those like deep into that level. So I hope now this calculated field is all uh, good for everyone. Yes, please put a done. Okay. Yes, some okay, could perform it. Yes, okay. Yes, Dr. Shilpa, for you, I'll do the split again. So what I've done is I just created this split. Okay, I just go through this analysis. Okay, and from analysis I have used this calculated field. Then I have given the split as a name and I have applied this formula. This is a formula I have just now shown how you can apply it. You can see a very simple formula which available, and you can see here even the definition of that formula is available. So it is asking, the first is the field on which you have to apply. That's why we have used order ID. After that, it is asking the separator, and there we have seen that we have the hyphen separator. And then the third one, it is asking that which column or which particular section you have to split. So I have taken it second. It means the first one was only CA, the code, and then the second one was year. So I have taken year, and that's why I have received a split field, calculated field, where I have received this second field from that order ID. Yes, I hope that is clear. So I have created so many calculated field. You can see that we have done it for left, we have done it for lowercase, we have created it for split, we have created it uppercase for the dimensions, and for measures we have created a ceiling, we have created cost, we have created floor. Okay, we have created all this. So 6 to 7 examples right now we have done for calculated field. Based on all the data formats, we have applied it on uh, uh, strings, then numbers. We have even splitted the value which is collectively available. So I hope that this concept is very much clear for you. Done. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. I hope it is interesting and you are going through it. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Okay, so now the next thing comes. This is the first part which we have is calculated fee. Going ahead, the next one is the filters, which is again a new and very important task where we have the data and we want to filter some data. We don't want all data. So as the prior, I have given you the example like I have a recruitment details, but I want now to filter it for all those who have 5 years of experience. So those are now getting filtered from the sheet or from the data which we have. So we are not going to get or take all the data which is available. This is what we call filters. Now, for example, in our education fields, I want to find out the details of the students who have not paid the fees or the details of students who have failed so that we can take an extra class. So, this can be the filters which we need to apply on the data. And this is very much required because in industry, no one wants the straight data. The requirement can be anything. So then for that we need the filters. We need the filter option to filter the data from the available data. So for that you can use this filters and it is focusing on data inclusion where you can include the data or you exclude the data, anything. You broadly apply it for anything. Now, it's not only that you can apply it only for the years or numbers, only for the names or brands. So, if I want to apply it for, let's say, for example, I want to check it for the students of any one department. So, department will be in string only. That the filter will be applied on the string. If I want to check how many students received less than 50 marks, so 50 is what? It is an integer. That will be my measure then again. If I want to check those students who have enrolled before a particular date, so I need to apply the date filter there. So here we can apply it broadly on all the application, on all the fields. You can apply it on dimensions, measures, dates. It's versatile. And yes, of course, it is an interactive tool when you create the dashboards. And yes, for example, here category. Now, if I want to focus only on technology category for all. So now if you can see here in this example, we have the category, right? I have taken it here, category. But I have all these three, furniture also, office supply and technology also. I don't want furniture and office supplies for now. I just want to work on technology. So can I do it? Yes. For all, the answer is yes. So how we can do it? We can apply filter for this category and we can use technology for us as a data. We can apply filters. Okay. So first of all, filters are of various types. Now, when I'm talking about filters in general, also, if I'm saying to find out the name of the students who have scored less than 50, it means what I'm doing is I'm finding out those people and I am working on that data afterwards. So, what I'm doing is I'm working on this filter because I can optimize the performance, I can create the interactivity. So, these filters are finally divided into two based on the objective. So for optimize your performance, we have these three types of filters. And for interactivity, for increasing the connectivity or interaction, you can have these three filters. We have extract filters, data source filters, and context filters. Then we have dimension filters, measure filters, and table calculation filters. Now, to take it very quick, in very short, I will be sharing again a story type scenario with you. So understand this, that everyone please focus just for few minutes, okay? It is very much important and it will take so many things. Now you can see here we have six types of filters. Now it will take, we will take it in practical also. So just understand how we do it. First of all, we know that we have this data source, our Excel sheet. Then we have extracted it. Maybe when we have connected, if you have seen, we have live and extract data. So both we can do, we can have that data source, and based on that data source, we create the worksheets. This is all what we have, we are well known with. So we create the worksheet, different worksheet according to the whatever query we want, we that particular result will be available. Now here, if I'm not, like, if this is the case, when I'm taking directly all the data, right now also we have taken all 10,000, around 10,000 data for the sheet. So it means from this my data source, I have 30,000 data, for example. All that goes here again. Again, it goes to the separate worksheets. When you get the data, it is also again for 30,000 data. So the numbers or the rows, the fields are same. We are getting everything for that many data, that much data. It is so big. It is giving excess pressure to the server. Even if it is not required, why we are getting 30,000, right? So if I want the students who have received less than 50 marks, I need only those students marks. I don't want the list of all the students. That is an extra burden for me. So then here, if I'm not using any such kind of filter, everything is a, it will take to the last and it will give you a bad performance. It will lead you a bad performance if filters are not used. So then the filter which we have, two types, right? The first one which we have taken is extract filter. Now its name only suggests that we are applying it to the extract level, this level. Now if I'm applying it this level, it means at the time of connection only I am applying the filter. So from that point only I am getting the filtered data. From the connection onwards, I'm getting the data with only whatever I want. So this is a filter data between the source system and the Tableau data source. This is an extract filter. Now when I'm using it, it is only connected to the extract data set, not the live data set. We cannot apply it to the live data set. And when we use this extract filter, it is used to filter the data even it is connected to the Tableau before that only. Even if it enters into the Tableau, there only we apply this filter. And this is clearly optimize the data because we are only getting the data which is required. Other is not even entered in the Tableau. So of course, it increased the performance, right? But then when I'm talking about this type of filter, this type of filter is available in different versions, which is in desktop version. It is not available here in public version. Now, the second data type which I am talking about, or the filters which I am talking about, is the data source filters. So the data source filters, its name only says again. what? That it is somewhere applied here. So what I'm doing is, this is the data source filters which is applied between your data source and your worksheets, which is applied at your data source and worksheet. So for example, now here you can see this is the data source and these are the worksheets. So you can apply these filters here. When you apply these filters here, it will optimize your visualization. How? Because when you take it, it will directly divide the data. So here maybe you have 30,000, but here you come with 20, and here also you can divide with 10. So data is optimized now. Data is filtered now. Okay. So now with this, what you can do is, very important use case that you can do is, you can hide and protect the data from this way with this data source filter. So for example, if you want to hide any data which is very much important or sensitive, you can use this filter for doing so. Now, what is the difference then here in extract and data source if I'm talking? So first of all, extract is only for extract connection. Here, data source, we can apply it on both extract and live connection. And here, when I'm talking about extract, it is only available for desktop and not other platforms. Wherein this data source, it can be available on desktop also and public also. And yes, of course, we can use this for hiding the sensitive data and optimize the performance in views. Now, views means where? In the sheets, where we create the graphs. So it optimize the performance in views. The next which we have is context filters. Now again a third layer. This is a third layer, right? Where we have already done with the extract, we done with the data source, and now when after all this also, if I have to apply some context filter, we can apply here in the worksheet now, in the sheet itself. Now when I'm doing this on the sheet, with the criteria only or with the content only, we can see that this is something which cannot be revert to the main database, right? So it is simple a temporary filter only for that worksheet. It will not go to another worksheet. So now, for example, now here in Tableau, you can see wherever if I'm taking a new worksheet, new sheet, then also you can see I'm getting all those columns, new columns, calculated fields. So it is not only for that one field or that one view which I have taken. It is now coming to all the sheets. But when I'm talking about context, that context filters are only for that worksheet. It is applied here. And there it creates a small subset of your data. So whenever you have the big data or any data on that sheet level, on that worksheet level, if you are applying filter, that is context filter. That is temporary for that worksheet only. And in this, you can say that it will lose some performance when you create this work subset. So if you create the subset, but if of course you have a big data, you have more data, but you are taking only that much context. So yes, of course, it is losing the data. It is losing the performance. So when I'm talking why to use the context filter, it is just only if you want a different criteria for different worksheets, then it is very much flexible to use this context filters. So here you can see very simple way I have used to project it, that From here also I'm getting 30. From here it comes as 20. From here it is coming 10, 10. But based on the different sheets, here I'm getting only 7,000. Here I want only 5,000. Here also I have applied one filter which gives me 5,000 data. Here apply filter which gives me 7,000 data. So now there you can see even in the various sheets I'm getting different datas. Different because I have applied filter on week worksheet level. Yes, this is what the filters are. This is why we are using the filters because the complete data which we have 10,000, 20,000, 20,000, 30,000, and even more. If we are not requiring that much, then there is no need to take it to that one, the sheet. Then you can apply the filters on the sheet also. And that filter can be any filter. I have just given you an example of less than the students who have scored less than 50. It means there we have applied the condition less than 50, then fetch it. Fetch those records. Again, if I want to find out the names of the students who have started with A, yes, fetched it. So that is a filter I have applied. All those who have started with A, maybe end with A. So those contexts, those type of filters you can apply. Even here also you can apply it on any data type. Maybe on date, on time, on even the numbers, any data type. So context filters is the filters which you have applied on the worksheets itself. Then the next one is, of course, the level which we have seen. Second type, that is the dimension filters, measure filters, and table calculated filters. So now, after all this journey, where we have come up with the separate worksheet filters, there also, even now, we can lower down it to the dimension itself. So when I'm talking about dimensions, in of sheet, we have the dimensions also and the measures also. And now, of course, we are well known with calculated fields also. So if some features we have applied on dimensions, then it becomes dimension filters. When we apply some filters on the measures, then it becomes the measures filter. And of course, for the calculated field, we have table calculated. So this is what about the filters. We can get the data from the data set after filtering also. If it is not required, the complete data, then we can even filter it. Whatever requirement we have, we can filter that data and we can use it. So for example, now here, the one which I have given, the recruitment based on the data or which they have filtered it and defined the field that year of experience. In that they have defined the condition that it should be greater than 5 years. So that the field is year of experience and they have filtered it greater than 5 years. So now the data which they have after filtering in that sheet, that is nothing but the data of those applicants who have greater than 5 years of experience. This is for numbers. For string, again, same thing. If I, that recruitment example only, if that recruitment team has decided, okay, to take the people who have the skills of Python. So then the condition is with the string Python. So you can see where the skills is equal to Python is available. Then fetch those records where the skills are Python available. Then in that case, what will happen? The data, complete data, whatever we have for the registration, it gets sorted, it gets filtered, and we will receive the data only for the people who have the skills Python in their skills tab. So this is about the dimension filters. This is about the measure filters and calculated filters. This is how we apply filters to get the data. Now, when I'm talking about this particular example or diagram or story which I have portrayed here, according to this, the priority and importance of the filters is getting to the right side. So this is the very first filter which is applied and which is very much important to reduce the overhead, because it is something which is applied on the, at the time of connectivity also. So it is high importance. It is the priority. It is on priority. So if you have two things, two filters to apply, the first is dimension filter and the another is extract filter. Of course, the first one applied is this. So this is how the priority goes on. So first is, of course, it will apply on the extract, then the data source filters, then the context filters comes into the picture. And after that, if you feel that you have to apply it only in any of the fields, so dimension filter, then measure filters and table calculated filters, you can apply in this way. So this is how the priority is important and importance of the filters goes. It means the priority of dimension and the importance of dimension filter is less than the extract filter. The data source priority is less than the extract filter. So it is in this format only. When you have all the filters to be applied, it will apply in this order only. So you can see how it is processed. First, it will be applied on extract filter, then it will be applied on data source, then it is context filter, dimension, measure filter, and table calculated filter. So the first which is processed here is this, and the last is this. And now, where we process it or where it gets applied. So basically, when we talk about extract filter and data source and context filters, it actually deals with the optimization of the performance. Wherein, if we want to perform any interactivity and analysis, then we will have this dimension, measure, and calculation filters. And this two starting two is applied on the data source page, which we have data source connectivity time. And afterwards, all this 3, 4, 5, 6 is now applied on the sheet level. Okay, so where we apply it or where we process it, so it gets processed in this order only. First is extract filter, then data source, context, dimension, measures, table calculated filter. And after that, we will be having this complete will get executed, and where it gets executed is the data source page, the first two, and every other is on the sheet page. So dimension, measures, and table calculated, this all are also on the sheet page, and context is also on the sheet page. Okay, so this is how we process the step. Okay, this is how it gets processed. So now, as we can see that it's only 15 minutes. Okay, so let's do start something, and then we will continue it in the next day. So you can see here now what we are doing is we are working for filters. Okay, so now this pen is getting introduced. We will be working for this pen now. And as I have told that the first two will be applicable here, extract filters, right, and data source filters will be applied here on the data source part, but the all remaining will be applied here on the context on the sheets. Context filter, measures, dimensions, table calculated, everything will be applied on the sheets then. So as I have told, the first two, which is extracted and the data source filters, that is all available with uh, desktop and public. So now we will be working with context. Okay. So I'm just now taking a new field. Okay. And you know that here we have data source connected. Now,
Okay. Okay, we'll wait for you.
Hi, Dr. Ghazal. Yeah, I think you're on mute. We can't hear you.
oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
audible now. Audible now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I was just asking that we have done this. We are very much keen to understand this page, right? We are very much well known with this page now, data source page. So we have seen that this is sample superstore, uh, left pane where we have connection details. This is the order details. This is the data details which we have. So is there any part which is still not touched on this part, this particular the screen which I have? I hope the question is well clear, right? Someone is asking, saying still I'm not able. You are not able to hear me. Okay, thank you, Tanvi. Thank you, Gitanjali. Thank you, everyone. So a quick question comes here is, we are well known with this dashboard, right? Data source part with this screen. We are well known with this connection part. We know that here we have the details of the data which we have. We know that here we have to drag and drop the tables. But is there anything which is still untouched on this screen? Anybody can find it? Is there anything which is untouched on this screen? A very small window you can see. You can see it on your screen also. Is there anything which is still not known on this screen, Shuchi, Dr. Shuchi? On this screen. Okay, so I'll give you the answer. If you can see here, right side, we have a small part which says filters. Yes, we have this filters. So now if I want to apply the filters, we can create add here and we can apply the filters. So I'll just show you one by one the details, okay, from where we can apply the filter. You know that now here we have the add option. You can click on this, and here from here you can apply, click on add, and now the fields are available for us. All the fields which we have, even the calculated field also, you can see this left, lower, these fields which we have created, that is also available now for applying the filters. So all the fields are now available. You can click on OK, so that here we have a main dialog box for filters. We have a general tab, wildcard tab, condition, top, all the things here. So for example, let's say if I want to apply the example which I have given, I want to see only for technology. So I've just clicked on this technology, and I'm clicking on OK, okay, and again on OK. And now here I have the categories. So you can see I am now getting only technology. Before it was not only technology, before it was three, yes, but now everywhere, wherever you have the categories, that categories is now only technology. We have filtered it now. We have applied the filter on the category field so that I will get only technology data. Yes, what I have done is very simple. I'm taking a new sheet here, and from the data source you can apply this and click on add. You can select any particular field, and from there you can select. So now let's say for example subcategories. So I'm taking subcategories, and in subcategories, if you remember, we have so many options, right? Binders, photocopiers, chairs, tables, so many things, because we have three main category, that is furniture and stationery and technology. So now here subcategories, and if I'm applying OK, it will give me all the fields which we have in technology, or in that particular subcategory. So let's say for example in subcategory I want only this two or three. Okay, accessories, appliances, and arts. Now, if I'm applying a OK, here also OK, you can see two filters as created. And when I come here in the sheet, okay, and I am taking for the subcategory this, and you can see I'm applying it here. Okay, so you can see I'm getting accessories. The two, maybe the two was not checked out. So this is how you can get the filters. Okay, so we will be performing more on filters. I'll be giving you time also to perform on this. So for just for now, understand the types of filters, why we are applying filters. Practically, we will be performing more on filters in the next session. Okay. So today, whatever we have done is for the understanding of or creating of calculated fields. Even we have understood that we can apply filters on the data. It is applied on 6 levels, and it is processed also in the same way. So you can see how it gets processes. This is the level how it gets processes, and this is the complete content which we have covered today. I hope that you have enjoyed the session. I hope that this is something which is very new to you and you are enjoying the session. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving your time from the busy schedule for this session. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you, Dr. Sakib.